What's good, my G's? Your boy Snow, Ignorant Gamers in the house. How you doing? How you living? How you gaming? Of course, you already know. G stands for Gamers. Shout out to everybody been subscribed to the team. You already know, Team IGZ. You already know what time that is. If you're new, subscribe to us. This is a team channel. You'll hear this. My name is Snow. I am the PlayStation gamer here, but I'm more of the consumer person. And then you got my boy Renoun, aka Uncle Rizza. He's the Microsoft whore. Don't let him tell you anything different. And there's a few more: Dante, Neff, Nigel, JB, Joseph. There's a bunch of us here. Just rock with us. You mainly hear Uncle Rizza and myself. So on to the game. You know we've been tracking this game for a little bit. You know I've been around thinking about this game since it was Rainbow Six. My original pre-order was after that trailer reveal on the bridge for Rainbow Six Patriots. That went away. They scrapped it. People got fired. People got removed, relocated, and then they hit us with Rainbow Six Siege. Then they showed us at one point Angela Bass was involved, so I was thinking that we were getting a full game, and full game meaning campaign plus multiplayer and then some co-op. And then they was like, no, Angela Bassett's setting up doing set pieces, but there's no campaign. So I'm like, you know what, I kind of like the whole experience, so let me back off. Then they kept re-engaging with the community. They kept showing us what the game was about, what they were, the aiming of the game, what the mission of the game, what they wanted to accomplish, it being an online only type experience. And I saw the gameplay and I'm like, you know what, I think I can buy into that. I'm always about purchasing the game for what they're selling you on, not because you want it extra. If you buy a campaign game and you're talking about multiplayer, your whole shit is invalid because they never sold you multiplayer. And I'm looking at the order players. So I was looking at that. I was like, all right, you know what? I can get into this. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I got my hands on a technical test. Outside of the technical test, the fucking game felt amazing. I loved it. I was in tune. I was ready to get into it. I wanted the game then. Some time has passed. They gave us this open beta, and we're here again, and it feels even more refined. It feels even more polished. I'm not talking about graphically, but gameplay wise, mechanic wise of the controls, and you know, the ins and outs of the characters, how it can, you know, illusionary change how the map plays out from the beginning to the end. Dope shit. So my issue with the technical test was I was pretty sure the game was going to launch broken, and this open beta kind of gave me confidence gave me purchasing power, purchasing confidence to empower me to buy the game. But then the question becomes, well, what is the season pass shit? Am I leaving out? And a lot of people hit me up about the season pass, and I already kind of looked into that prior to that, but I got a better understanding. And I'm going to tell you what the season pass is, and I'm going to share my thoughts on it. But before I even get into the season pass, I want to share one line that they've been tagging up, which I know you guys haven't seen, but it's 1 year, 4 seasons of content, no paywall. And I love that little liner that they were talking about. So I'm trying to get you this information, and then I'm going to ramble afterwards. So after I give you the information, you can exit the video. Season pass is additional $30 from your $60. It's 8 new operators, 1 week early access. Then you get VIP perks, permanent Renoun boosts, 600 rainbow credits, extra daily challenges, 2 extra daily challenges, exclusive porter skin, and a safari bundle for, I think it's like 5 guns or some shit like that. It's like a gold, a leopard, a tiger, and a zebra, and I don't know. Yeah, I think the other one is a snake. That would make sense, right? So starting from the top, you get a 7-day exclusive access to the 8 operators, which is automatically unlocked. You don't have to play the game to earn the Renoun points to unlock these characters. By spending the $30 for the season pass, the day you play it is the day these things are unlocked, and you can just start going ham. Right? That's number one. After that week, it's open to the rest of the community, and if they have the renown points to unlock it, they can. Right now, the other thing was I'll save that VIP perk for last. The exclusive season pass, Porter weapon skin. I don't know why that's important, but it's there. Then you got the Safari weapon, the Safari bundle for 5 weapons, right? Now, here's where the shit gets funny. So the permanent renown boost. If you've been playing the beta, the open beta, this is beta technically number 3, but let's just say the second wave. You notice that they gave us all a free booster, and now this booster gave us 50% increase, and for each member on your squad, which is total of 5, so 4 additional members, you get additional 10%, and you also give them 10%. So if everyone has a booster on, you get 10%, you get plus 10%, that's 40% on top of that, which you already did. And I think it's either 55 or 5, but it puts you up to 95% total. So this permanent renown boost that they're giving you is a 5% boost. So that makes it 100% total, which is what they're aiming for, right? Well, how do you get the boosters? I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure the only way that these boosters can be unlocked is if you have Rainbow Six credits, which is kind of like the Microsoft program, that dumbass shit. Y'all remember that? Where you spent $20 and I think it was 1,600 points. I don't know who the fuck was doing the math there, but I'm sure happy they got rid of it. So 600 points, 600 rainbow credits is what you get inside the season pass, and inside that you can buy other in-game content plus those boosters that I'm talking about. And in the beta, the booster was the 24-hour booster was 120 rainbow credits, because they gave us 1,800, I think it was. So those 120 rainbow credits, and you do that. If you just do the math, you can get a couple of 20, like a good week of that, right? So then there's that. Then I wonder if you should discriminate against people who isn't giving you anyway. So as the police go by, maybe they'll be doing a breach themselves. Who knows? I'm not cutting that out. So the extra daily challenges, which is the third part of that VIP perk, sorry. Remember, permanent renown boost, 5%, 60 rainbow credits, 600 rainbow credits, sorry, and the third one is extra daily challenges. As a non-season member, you get 3, and you get additional 2 now, so you get 5 total. And what this does is more ways to play to earn more renown points. And these are things that, if you're playing Need for Speed, it's just like those little challenges that they do. Get 5 kills inside of, player versus player, breach 10 doors inside of player versus everybody, or player versus enemy. Little stuff like that they want you to do for 24 within those time limits set. I think it was 24 hours that I saw. That gives you additional renown points, which can help you buy attachments for guns, skins, or other operators. So that's the bundle. Nowhere in there does it says anything about maps, because the way that the maps are being handled is, they don't want to split the community. So therefore, the launch of the game is just the beginning of the game at December 1st. Launching with 11 maps, I'm gonna get into that in a second. Launching with 11 maps, you'll be given 4 more, I think, inside of season 1, or is it the whole season? I'm not entirely sure, but they do say that there will be more operators coming, more game modes coming, more cosmetic items coming, and then exclusive season content and events for people who are seasonal holders. New gadgets, I guess, and who knows what else. But all I know is the 4 seasons doesn't have a paywall. We're all playing into the season, but how you get access to the content is not about maps. It's about, I guess, the Rainbow Six credits, the Renoun percentages, and stuff like that. Maybe early access to operators. Um, Now, I don't have a problem with it in one retrospect because Evolve was trying to do this too, so that way all their map and stuff was be free down the line. They have another issue why their game isn't really popping the way that it should be, but I think this is kind of sort of working here, but it's still confusing because nobody knew what the hell they were buying with the season content, and everybody was asking me. And people were asking where I was going to buy it, and I'm a little conflicted because I'm already questioning the purchase of the game outside day one, and this is the part that I'm really going to start rambling, so you're more than welcome to exit this right here because I'm already know I'm at like 11 maybe 12 minutes in. So my thing is quality right now. I didn't buy Star Wars Battlefront not because it wasn't quality. The game is super high quality. I think the game sound amazing, the shooting, the mechanics, the gameplay, the representation of the universe that it's in, even though I'm not a Star Wars fan, is a purchase. The reason why I didn't purchase that game is because of one reason and one reason only, and it doesn't even have nothing to do that I'm not a Star Wars fan, is because I don't have the bandwidth for multiple sci-fi games, and I really want, because I do own Halo and I do play Halo. I do not have, I'm tired of Respawn games. I want a game with purpose. I come from SOCOM, I come from early Rainbow, I come from Ghost Recon where you only live fucking once per round. And these SWAT games, like, you only live once per round and you gotta make it count. I've been dying for this. There are some Respawn games that have this built into it, but nobody plays those modes, and those modes are half-assed. I'm looking at you Hardline, I'm looking at you Battlefield 4. So here I am, boom, there's a whole game dedicated to it, and at a very small, confined and concise locations. With that said, shout out to Titanfall, another game that does not have a campaign, although it has some campaign elements to it to give you story to the universe. What I want to get at is that game launched, and I will forever say this, launched a full game based on what they said it was. It came with 15 maps, and those are not small maps. These are large maps. You have to balance. Map design is important. Axe Halo, Axe SOCOM, Axe Rainbow Six Vegas specific players, Axe SOCOM players 1, 2, and 3, and Confrontation. Ask these guys. These guys know. Ask any Call of Duty person. This shit is important. So my logic behind it, which isn't the final role, is just the way I'm seeing it. If you're giving us boards like, I know 8 of the 11. You're giving us 11. Hereford, which was in the beta, House, which was in the beta, Consulate, which was in the beta, Bank, Biker Club, Canal, I think Farm Compound or some naval shit, also in the beta, and then the Plane, which we've seen but not played. These aren't maps of large scale. To take rigorous amounts of planning and trial and error, I do not take away because it's smaller. However, I do think 11 maps at the release is not enough for this game where there is no campaign whatsoever, right? I think 15 should be the standard when your game comes out. I don't care that you're giving us free DLC down the road, but if you look at the numbers, and this is, I'm sure it's a coincidence, right? 11 that dropped, 4 new maps by the end of season 1. Sorry, 4 maps by the end of season 1, which pushed the number to 15. I mean, just look at that. It's a quality thing. Should I have to go out and do this right now? Because the 8 new operators, for people who are going to spend $30 to get ahead of me, is that different than me buying the game 3 to 4 months later, or 3 weeks later, or a month later, when people are 8 to 10 operators ahead of me, and I got to use the recruit? For me, it's not really that big of a deal on that scale, but for some other people, I can see that. I can see that. And then let's say this, right? After the first week of gameplay, does it make sense that you still buy the season pass? And then someone could say, well, yeah, because you have those 8 operators out the gate. You still don't have to work to unlock them. As the other people who played the game from week 1 that didn't have the season pass, it took them 7 days to earn money to then unlock them. You'll be 7 days behind those guys when you can just be kind of sort of caught up. Maybe it's 4 operators per side, and you can get in the matches and start playing efficiently. You still got to learn the game though. Those are tough questions, and those are questions for you as an individual buyer has to make. For me, I'm still as knowledgeable as I am, and I'm not infinitely knowledgeable, but as knowledgeable as I am of this game, I still have to commend these guys for doing that, because they literally could have just said, yo, DLC is the maps, modes, and all this other crap, and not do the little, and I hate to say this, the transactions, the microtransactions, because these aren't microtransactions, in my opinion, that break the game. These don't break the game. You know what I mean? Because again, after the first week of you playing, what does it matter? Now, one can say, well, yeah, it doesn't break the game, but people are buying boosters to get the other remaining operators, and I hear you on that. I honestly do hear you on that. I hear you on that, but I don't know. I don't think none of these break the game. Just like I don't think the requisitions and Halo 5 break the game either. And I've been playing that for how long? Like a month now. I still don't think, and I know people who spent money on it, and they can't get to level 6 to level 6 of the Rex to even activate some of the stuff that they paid for. And I told them not to pay for it, but whatever, right? So there's a few things like that. The reviewers, you're not going to see a review tonight from IGN or GameSpot. And in fact, if anyone posts a review tonight or even tomorrow, you kind of have to question them, because they're not going to see progression. They've had everything unlocked for them to see, so they can't tell you how that 5%, 10%, those 10% from the rest of your people and your 55%, how that all feels. They're not going to be able to tell you what it's like to grind it out as a recruit. And none of them are going to be able to tell you that. What's it like? At least not by tomorrow. You know what I mean? It's going to take about until Friday before they can really figure it out, because at least you can play for 2 or 3 days, or at least 8 hours, and be like, yo, what the hell? And then spend the money on the season pass as per your job, and then be like, then I came back wrecking everything. Because I already have an advantage from playing the beta, so if I came in and I did that, I don't know which 8 players that we haven't seen before, and they're all available at one shot, because then I can come through and still have a learning curve. Yeah, I know how to play, but I don't know these players, I don't know these characters, so I don't think that's that big of an issue. I don't think that's that big of a factor. It's just literally a matter of, do I want to kick up the money for the right to have boosters? And again, I've some of you guys who I was able to play with, shout out to you guys. I had 4,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 in the bank at one point, and was still playing as recruit and still getting shit done. So again, that is up to you guys. I'm probably more than likely not going to spend money on the season pass, and I might just wait. I had it pre-ordered at GameStop, but we all know I'm not buying that physical. I'm going to buy it digital, so I don't know if I'm going to have this loaded in tonight or wait a day or two. I just don't know. That 11 maps thing is somewhat of a turn off. And then Halo had his fair share of that shit too, and don't think I ain't see that. I didn't do the review. Yeah, they did have a DLC recently where they just dropped some more maps and they put some more things into rotation. That's what they were saying. Oh, the maps are there, they're just not into rotation. We're not going to get into that, reviewers. But it's really your decision, your call. Hopefully I gave you some facts early in the video that makes you decide whether or not it's for you. So anyway, your boy Snow, Ignorant Gamers, and I'm out. Peace.
Yeah. Good job, guys.